Okay, Gene, ready
I'm
to
ready,
get
I'm
counted
ready.
in? Ready in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Where my mom's at? Where my mom's wearing thongs, hitting bongs at? Raising kids, cleaning shits, need a long nap. Where my mom's at?
Where My Mom's At podcast with Christina P.
All right. I'm here. I'm at the damn house, getting away from them kids. This is the one time besides your mom's house and Dr. Drew After Dark, I get away from my family because, man, those kids are just wearing me down. You know, there's some days when I wake up and I'm like, not today, Lord. Not today, Jesus. Like, there are some days. Yeah, just not today, Jesus Christ. And then, you know, the other days are easier. But I found a couple things first of all, to entertain myself during this quarantine, I've been getting into wigs, and it's so silly and it's so weird. I've always wanted to wear them, and now that I've got nothing but time, I've been on Amazon and I've been getting like pink ladies. Well, because I watched that Euphoria show, and then that girl's got really long white hair with
Euphoria
pink tips.
was what got you into the wigs?
Yeah, Google Euphoria, and there's the Jules. Look at her hair. It's so freaking cool. Jules. This girl... Oh, man, it is so rad. Jules. She's got white hair. There it is, Jules Vaughn. That is like the dopest. She's got white hair, and then the tips are pink in Euphoria. No, that's like her headshot or whatever. Anyway, in the show, she's got the dopest hair, and I was like, there it is. I'm like, I'm going to do this. So I found it on Amazon. And I've been wearing various wigs and manipulating my husband sexually, and it's been great. And I've got a blue one. I've gotten to silver. It's become quite a problem. I might try to wear one on your mom's house. I'm still learning. Is anyone out there a wig expert? Because I've been watching these YouTube videos, but I feel like I'm still not figuring out how to match the lace to my hairline. It still looks fake. So if you're like a wig expert, can we FaceTime or something and help me figure this shit out? Yeah, WhereMyMomsAt at gmail.com. Leave me just your information and let's get on it, because it's really killing me that I can't be perfect at something. Other than that, I've also been buying party favors for my children on Amazon. Huge way to get them to get excited. They like a lot of stuff. And then, you know, kids are only entertained for like 20 minutes a pop. So I just buy like, you know, those little things, those snappers, they look like sperm. You remember that shit from the 80s, dog?
Oh, yeah, and you chuck it on the ground?
Yeah, and they just
Fuck
pop.
yeah, dude. You just chuck them at your friend's feet?
Yeah, dude.
You buy them off ice cream trucks and
Yep.
shit.
So I just let my boys just snap on those. I let them dig in the dirt. I bought them shovels. That was exciting. Spray bottles are a lot of fun at our house. And shit, man, that's it. Quarantine haircuts. How many of you have ruined your children's hair already? I know Tom gave Ellis a quarantine Lloyd Christmas haircut. Go ahead and Google Lloyd Christmas, and you guys will see the reference I'm talking about. It looks just like a bowl on the... Yeah, that's what Ellis looks like right now. Lloyd Christmas. It's so fucked up. Send me your children's horrible quarantine haircuts. I think it's a thing that's going around. Is the children of the quarantine is what they're calling it. Yeah, horrible. These poor children. Anyways, lots to go through in this episode. And man, we put out the call last week for finding Nadav's wife. And I have to thank everybody.
You guys are horny.
Yeah. I have to thank all the women who graciously sent in their photos and their resumes and their qualifications and how excited they were to milk Nadav, or how they wanted this ginger Jew in their face. It was so overwhelming, the response. So thank you. And there were so many applicants, truly, that it was such a hard choice. It's so many quality women, Nadav, want to marry you. Can you fucking even believe this?
I honestly cannot, Christina.
How do you feel about the love that came pouring in for you?
You know, it's just I don't think I've ever felt this loved.
I think you're right, and I think you're resistant a little.
I am.
Why? What are you afraid of?
I don't even know.
Your heart? Open your heart?
Yeah, I'm afraid
your
to
arms?
open up I'm just afraid to get hurt again, Christina.
When's the last time you had a serious girlfriend?
I feel like multiple times recently it's gotten close to getting serious, and then something happens where I just call things off.
You call things off.
Yeah.
What's the last something?
I think maybe like right before we started the studio, I was like just kind of casually dating someone, and I was liking her, and then she was, she gave the whole "What are we?" And then that freaked me out. I was just like, well, no, I guess not this anymore. And then I left it.
You left it. So it was well, there's a lot to delve into. I won't get into it.
I think there's a lot wrong with me, Christina, and I have no idea what. I don't know why I'm like this.
Well, I think, listen, nobody's in comedy because they have a healthy grip on intimacy.
Yeah.
So, everyone's got their own bag of issues. And I'm just listen, here's what I know. I love you, Nadav. I think you're wonderfully intelligent, kind, compassionate, funny, attractive young man.
Okay.
And I want to see you wifed up. I want to see you find love.
And I think that translates. I could genuinely feel that from you.
Yeah,
I could genuinely feel that you just want happiness from me.
I do, which is why I've done an internet search in the worst possible time for dating, and I found you 3 prime candidates.
Oh me, oh my.
So, like I said, thank you, ladies, for sending in. So many emails came flooding in, and it was really, really hard for me to narrow down to 3 candidates. Very difficult.
Yeah, I mean, what were your stipulations?
Okay, well, here's what I looked for. Okay, obviously, because excuse me, physical compatibility. Let's be honest here. I want you to be with somebody you find attractive. I wanted somebody for you who was preferably local. That's a tough one.
Right. That's a pretty big important thing to
tough.
a relationship. And
that's my bad because I should have specified that. So if you're from out of town, you probably may not be represented here. But whatever. We'll see. I looked for humor. There's a lot of things. It's went on feeling. And also, as a professional matchmaker, can I tell you this? This is fucking true, man. This is a God honest truth. I have a sixth sense about people. It's intuition. I can tell by certain things. Okay, but let's just go into it. I have an intuition about people. Who's good and maybe who wouldn't be for you. So here's 3 women I've narrowed it down to.
Okay.
Let's put their photographs up as we speak to them. So here's what's going to happen.
Yeah, you just forwarded me these I haven't read any of these, but you just forwarded these to me, and I just took the photo and I prepped it.
Great. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to tell Nadav now who his top 3 date candidates are. And between now and next week, these two, one of these 3 ladies, well, all 3 of these women and Nadav will all separately go on Zoom dates. Is that what we're doing? Zoom? Who cares? But you're going to do an internet date.
Yeah, I think we talked about doing, we're going to reach out to them and we're going to do like a 15-minute like coffee date type deal.
Great. And if it goes longer, even better, right? Are you going to stop it at 15 if it's going great?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to feel it.
Why would you? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I'll play it by ear.
Yeah, let it go longer if you feel that it's working. So you've got 3 women. In between now and the next episode, Nadav will go on internet dates with all 3, not at the same time. And then we will hear back from you, and you'll report on every one of these dates. You're going to tell me how they went, what you guys talked about, and we'll even get to hear highlights. Is that right, Nadav?
Yeah, I'm going to try I'm so reluctant about sharing what a date with me is like, but the producer in me is like, oh yeah, I could do X, Y, Z. We'll make a super cut of it all. We'll do a montage.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, no, I'm just getting in my own way at this point, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, you're so reluctant. Why are you so reluctant?
God, I really wish I knew. I think it all probably started with, Shabbos dinner and my family or my parents being like, so are you seeing? And like really annoyingly and inquisitively asking me about who I'm dating. Mm-hmm. And it just made my pussy dry. I just closed up, I just didn't want to play that game. And I think that just carried on to everything. Like I keep my friends separate from my relation. Like no one really knows about anyone I'm seeing until it gets serious enough to do it. And that hasn't happened in a long time.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Okay. Well, I think you haven't met the right woman. Listen, I will say that you are a special person. You're not like.
Yeah, I've been thinking that too.
You know, I'm serious. Like you are. You're not.
In the head, right?
You're not an average, like, dude. You know what I mean? Like you are you're special. So you deserve somebody who's special. Put it that way. Okay.
Thanks, Christina.
You are. You're not just some dodo. So. Let's go first. I would like to bring to the stage Sam. This is Sam. She's from Davis, California. So it's a little bit of a trek. She's the one on the left here, my left,
What's up, Sam?
She's got the red lipstick on. Mm-hmm. There's Sam. So you like the way she looks?
Yeah, so far cool.
So far good.
She's got a cool haircut. Not a lot of people could pull off the half-shaved head thing, but I think she's doing pretty okay with it.
She's great.
Yeah.
I like that. So initially what I liked about her look is that it's a little daring. I think that you could use a little flair. I think she's attractive. She's pretty. Obviously, beautiful girl. Can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you could use a little flair like that. Like that doesn't scare you.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. I was actually thinking the next person I date should be way cooler than me, and I think we found one with this one.
Okay. So so far so good.
Yeah, she looks super cool.
So let me tell you what I liked about Sam. She will absolutely make you laugh, she writes. I'll just put it, she's confident, she's smart. I like that in a woman. Again, from Davis, California. So it's not like she's local, but hey, you never know. She might be open to move down here. She's not Jewish.
Perfect,
which I know.
I mean, we could stop right here.
Ah, jeez. She says
I'm mostly joking.
No, I know. Listen, I think we've kind of discussed this before, I'm Catholic on paper, but I'm not really. Okay. She says, I've never stolen a dude's sweatshirt, sweatpants, or any article of clothing. Is that something that you don't like?
No, never really been a thing for me.
Well, here's what I like. She says, I'm funny and won't let my wokeness get in the way of me laughing at mental illness portrayed in TikToks. Perfect, right?
Wow, so far, amazing.
Winner, chicken dinner. She's a makeup artist / personal trainer / student. I like that. And she's in school to be a sex marriage therapist. I really like that. So she's got goals. She's working now and she's working towards something. I think that's very important in a quality human.
No, yeah, she's on a path.
Yeah, exactly. She knows.
I like that.
I like that too. She writes, I'm super nice to servers at restaurants, and that's huge to me. If you've ever been a server, you know what a hard job that is. So.
Oh, absolutely.
And don't you find that so telling of somebody if they're shitty to wait staff?
Help?
Yeah.
If you're mean to any help, it's like, oh, you're a complete piece of shit.
Well, yeah. And that person... Yeah, anyway, that person holds your fate in their hands. That's the most important. Okay, anyway.
Oh, you mean don't be mean to this person?
So important.
Yeah, don't be mean to this person or they'll spit in your shit.
Well, I just don't see anybody's role as any lesser than anybody. I think the servers and the helpers of the world are the most important people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know. The whole totem pole is inverted. Okay. So she's learning how to make sourdough bread. I like that. You like bread.
She's learning how to make sourdough bread.
She's learning. Ooh. So I like this idea that she's using quarantine time to do something productive.
To self-improve.
I like that a lot. I prefer the indoors, but can pretend to like the outdoors for a month or so until I reveal my true colors. You're an indoor cat as well.
I love the indoors. I was born in the indoors.
Most people hopefully are. I do bodybuilding shows so I can help you get some extra use out of that stationary bike you use annually. So that's kind of nice too. I like that she can help maybe facilitate a healthier lifestyle, by example. Sometimes when you're with somebody that does something you don't normally do, you do it anyways.
Right. So, yeah, I could use a gentle push in the health direction.
I like this. So how are you feeling about Sam?
I mean, so far, she checks all the boxes.
Okay.
So far this is great. I'm into Sam.
You're into Sam. You're going to do a date with Sam. Good. Okay. Up next is Blakely. This one is Blakely. She says that she was listening to last week's episode. There she and I together. I forget what city. Oh, that was in Houston, Texas. Houston. I just met her. And she was listening to the episode and she looked up and she just happened to see the glorious fluorescent green sign of Wingstop. And she took that as a sign.
Ooh.
There you go. So she's
What's
already.
up, Blakely?
She's already.
She likes the Wingstop. That's
She likes
great.
the
I have
Wingstop.
someone to eat there with.
There you go. She's 24 years old. She's a cat mom of one. I like that. I like her age. And I'll tell you why I don't think 24 is too young in this case in a minute here. But I like that she writes that she's a cat mom, which means she can take care of living things. Now, this is the one exception I made for an out-of-towner. She lives and works in Houston, Texas as a research technician. Her research focuses on developing immunotherapies for leukemias and lymphomas.
Holy shit.
Smart girl, and I like that. She's smart.
So smart.
Yeah, she's currently studying to take the MCAT in hopes to become an MD.
God
Awesome.
damn. Are you sure? Wait, is this one Jewish?
Blakely, she doesn't specify.
She's becoming a doctor, huh?
I mean, and here's the deal. I did say I don't want out of town, but she could do medical school out here. There's schools out
You said
here.
Houston?
She's in Houston right now.
Okay.
But if she applies to med school, why not apply to school out here in Los Angeles? She could do her residency out here in LA too. So there's a chance that you guys could still interact, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
And I like
Blakely
Blakely.
too.
I like her. She's smart. She looks cute.
Like she likes comedy enough to go to one of your shows.
Yeah.
And she's a doctor. Like that's something that always shocks me is that doctors and lawyers listen to our content.
I know.
People that are saving lives and changing society.
I know.
Are loving our House of Farts jokes.
Oh, I think about it all the time. I'm like, who the fuck? Okay. Smart people. Okay. And here's the last one. Her name is also Sam, but we're going to call her Jewish Sam because she is a Jew. Now, hold on, though. I know, but let's put up her picture here for a moment. And you'll see why she's not. Okay.
Oh, goddamn.
She's hot. She's hot, and she writes that she has tattoos. Okay?
Oh. Ooh.
So that
A
makes...
Jew with tattoos?
Right. So that's kind of like not a hardcore
That's my kind of Jew.
Jewess. Right.
Right.
She's more shiksa. So you guys may be able to relate on not digging your...
And you know,
religion.
that's pretty much the exception to my no Jews allowed rule.
Right.
Is that like I'm into people that are culturally Jewish because I could tell that like senses of humor kind of overlap, but religiously Jewish is what I'm not into.
Yeah.
And so, you said she had tats?
She's got tats.
So that already tells me that it checks exactly that box.
Yeah.
That sure? She might have been born Jewish, but she's okay with not being buried next to her grandparents in the cemetery.
Well, this is what she wrote. She
which
goes,
is the kind of priority I want.
Yeah, I'm not quite the shiksa Nadav may be looking for, but I am an NJG, nice Jewish girl, with tattoos. So I can't be buried in a Jewish cemetery. And I've never given a beach to an IDF soldier on birthright. What's IDF?
Israeli Defense
Oh,
Force.
okay, good. Okay, there you
great.
go.
Okay, so she didn't fuck like the counselors that make sure that terrorists don't blow you up when you go to Israel on birthright.
Okay, don't even know that reference, but I'm glad that you do.
I do, and I get
See?
it, and that's you are a nice Jewish girl.
And here we go. She's local, which is great. She's 26. She's college educated. I like that. And here's the best part about Jewish Sam, which I really liked, and I would even like to date her myself. She writes, I'm a classically trained chef, hello, with a degree in hospitality and tourism. I love to cook and host dinner parties. This is fucking perfect, right?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling Jewish Sam for that reason.
Classically trained?
Yeah. Now, here's the thing she does like that you don't.
God,
I
get
love...
so fat.
I know, but she loves camping, backpacking, and hiking. I know, but maybe you could do that with her. I don't know. And
You
she
know
writes,
what? For this Jewish Sam, I'd try it out.
You try it out.
I'd try it out.
It's not terrible for you. Okay, my perfect first day would be a night in with pizza and beer, then ending the night with some awkward mouth kisses. Sounds good.
Awkward mouth kisses are the best.
Perfect. So these are your three ladies.
Man, you
and
picked some goodies.
winners, right?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I can pick the winners. I like these chicks.
I think you did a really good job.
Thank you. These are all brunettes.
Like when you told me that you picked a Jew,
Yeah.
I was like, Christina doesn't care about me. But then I saw the Jew that you picked, and I'm like, oh no, Christina gets it. Christina gets it.
I get it. I can't wait for you to have awkward Zoom dates. I mean, dates are so hard already in person.
Yeah, I'm sweating bullets over it.
Yeah, like, will you be drinking alcohol before? I imagine, yeah, right?
I mean, because it's like a coffee date, you know? It's a low pressure 15-minute coffee date type.
No,
deal.
why don't you do drinks then instead? Can you make it a cocktail hour? What's wrong with that?
Like I just started off with 5 shots in a row with them?
No, not like, don't get like hammered. Okay, so in the Millionaire Matchmaker,
Faded.
don't get fucking rip mode. No, so Patty Stanger's rule on the Millionaire Matchmaker was that you can only have 2 drinks during the mixer. That's her rule.
Okay.
Okay, what if you sent the nice ladies like a bottle of wine and then you guys can drink it together during your date or something like that?
Oh,
or,
like a alcohol, like a saucy delivery type deal?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, but hold on. So then I'm reaching out to them and I'm like, hey, what's your address? I want to send you booze.
Well, no, not you. We'll have, Potter, a proper production.
producer.
A producer reach out so that it's legit. You're not going to do that. We'll have a producer reach out and send her some alcohol, and you guys can open it and have a glass of something together.
Is
that a good idea?
That's actually a pretty solid idea.
It's fucking great. And don't do it all on the same day. Maybe you could, like, one date is one night.
Yeah, right? I'd be fucking ripped by the time I get to Jewish Sam.
But you never know. Sometimes, I mean, actually, I don't know. How does this go? Like, when people are good on paper, and is it good in person, or how does it go? I don't know. I haven't dated since.
Well, I don't know. Like, it's
Friendster.
one of those things where, like, anything will make me, like, just write someone off the list. So if you look good on paper, then it's like, cool, you're on the list. That's, I'm ready to actually meet up with you. It's if you look good on paper, then we're ready for the next step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wonder, I don't know, just because I've never dated that way, like, if it turns out.
No, because I mean, like, if you go on a date with someone, immediately you could tell, like, oh, we don't jive,
Yeah, you can tell in seconds with somebody, huh?
Right.
God, that's so fun. But then again, some of my favorite people, when I first met them, it was awkward or weird. Like Tom Segura, the first time he and I met Tommy when he was 23. Yeah. So imagine how awkward and like kind of quiet and weird he was. And then when we started dating, he was 25 and he was still kind of quiet and,
Right.
He slept on a mattress on the floor. Like he wasn't the man he is today. You just stick with people, you stick with them until they
Well, I mean, that's the thing, though.
Blossom.
Is that, like, you could tell within seconds of meeting someone that they're doing something that's just like, oh, I need to rule this person out.
Like what? What's your deal breaker?
I mean, I don't really fucking being racist, I guess. No, because someone
Yeah.
was racist, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna try and like get it at the end of this, and if I can't, then like we're done, But it would still be done after it, no matter what. It's just
Wait, you're
let's
okay
see how
with
this
that?
ends.
You're okay with her being like, these damn Jews are ruining everything.
Well, she wasn't
You're like,
talking about Jews, but
Jesus,
yeah, it was really crazy. Honestly, at first I thought it was a bit, and it made me laugh. And then as she started leaning into it, I'm like, oh, I think she's racist.
Yeah, like not, I don't think I could handle it because
I think that's most dudes, though.
on a fundamental level, like most dudes would put up with it. Yeah, if she's hot.
Right. Well, it's like if you're on a first date with someone and you find out in the middle of it they're racist, you're not like, oh my God, let me get on my phone and set up some alarm so I could get out of this, right?
No, you would
you're
just
like,
be
let's
like,
see where this
oh.
goes. And like, it's going to be probably no second date, but maybe she'll
Yeah.
surprise me with less racist stuff.
Or I would delve into the racism. I'd be like, wait, why do you hate, blah, blah, blah again? Like, I'd want to hear the reason.
Yeah, they're
I'd
the
wanna-
worst, right? They smell so bad.
Yeah, like, wait, why do you hate this entire group of people again?
And then they'll usually say something like, well, because they're all thieves. And they're
Oh.
like, oh, okay. For sure.
Yeah, because it's not logical at all. It's not a logical way to think.
Yeah, racism is insane.
Well, I think that's why I would probably not be able to long-term handle it because
Right.
it's an error in thinking that's so, it's so illogical.
Right, exactly. Like, it's not...
It's not even like, okay, like I'm not a racist, but
I'm not a racist, but I do understand why some people might find Middle Easterners a little strong.
well, here's what's funny because I was having this conversation with somebody last weekend. I was like, am I racist? Wait, who do I not like? And I was like, well, I've been to the Middle East a couple times now. I don't like the culture. Like, I can't say I dig how
Can confirm it sucks.
Yeah, like I don't like how they treat their women per se, but every Muslim person I dealt with was awesome. So like I can't,
Right. That's the thing is that there's an exception to every rule. Like
Yeah.
Like in general, do I hate Israelis? Yeah. But do I like one or two of them? Sure. Yeah. I share blood with them.
Okay. I think the culture is what like when you're like, I don't like culturally. I'm not like, I don't like culturally my tribe, Hungarians. I'm like, there's a lot I don't like about
Right.
that culture.
And you know what it is? It's like, it's when you see something in yourself where it's just like, oh, that person has a trait that I have because I overcame the shitty part of the thing.
Yeah.
So when you see that someone's on that level, you're like, oh, okay. So this person went through like similar transformations. And so we're kind of from the same cloth.
Yeah. Yeah. Totes. Yeah, I agree. Here's my deal breaker though. Like on a first date, if I go, let's eat sushi, and then they go, ew, I don't eat sushi, I would be like, oh, we can't do this. Like I hate people that aren't adventurous eaters. I'd be like, no. What are you, 5? You can't eat. Like you're a child.
Right. Someone that said like, I've never tried that, and B,
Ew, yeah.
I'm never going to try it.
That's true. Yeah.
And because I come from a background where it's like, I'll try anything twice.
Yeah.
Because the first time it's like, oh, you don't know what to go into it. And then the second time you already know what to expect and you can actually decide if you like it or not.
Yeah, I agree. You should, or be like, yeah, I'm not really into it, but maybe with a guide like you could show me what to order. Or like,
right. Yeah,
maybe
because I got some sushi spots.
Yeah, okay,
You know?
shit.
You know,
Okay.
I got some
okay,
Tantico spots, my dude.
Maybe when this is over in a year. Oy vey. Well, that's exciting. Okay, but what's your deal breaker? You're on a date. Racism. Yeah, that would
not
suck.
racism.
Not racism. Sorry.
You know what it is? The deal breaker would be someone that doesn't contribute to a conversation.
Oh,
Like
isn't that
if
the worst?
if I'm talking to you and I'm doing all the heavy lifting, like I'm asking all the questions and you're giving me one-word answers, that's when I start faking alarms on my phone and I'm like, I know it's Sunday, but I gotta get to the office because I have done that.
Sunday office meeting.
Sunday afternoons, yeah.
That is the worst. However, it could be nerves. So I think that's why alcohol on a first date is really kind of important. I'm not saying more than 2 drinks though. Keep it to a 2-drink maximum.
2-drink max, huh?
Well, I mean, how much does it take you to just get like a little relaxed?
I don't know. It kind of varies. Yeah, 1 or 2. Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Yeah. Alcohol is important because sometimes people can just be nervous.
Yeah, the social lubricant.
Let me just think what else I would fucking kill. Oh.
Yeah, what are your other deal
Here's
breakers?
my other deal breaker. I'm in a band.
Really?
Yeah, because then I'd have to go see his
You'd
band.
have to go
and I'd be
support
like,
them?
Oh, God, I don't want to go see your band.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that with drug dealers.
What?
Because they're like, yeah, come to my rap show.
No.
You're like, no, dude, just give me an 8-sack. I don't give a shit.
All right. Gotcha. Wait, why are you buying? What kind of drugs are you buying?
I mean, that was like back in like high school and
Oh,
stuff.
I was going to say, pot is legal now, my man.
No, yeah, but I mean, like that's you'd still have to pay drug dealers.
Oh, yeah. Hanging out with them is the worst. Okay.
And I mean, like, I still do drugs today. So, yeah, I mean, I still have drug dealers and stuff.
I would say drug use is a deal breaker for me.
Ooh, I'd say it depends what kind.
I mean, pot in moderation, fine. I don't do drugs, so I would probably be like, I'm not into that.
Yeah, for me,
Personally.
like pretty much any drug is okay.
Heroin?
Like if you fuck around with like pills on the reg, that's a little worrying. If you do like that white on the reg, that's really worrying.
You mean cocaine?
If you do that cocaine.
Cocaine?
But if it's like, if you just know how to party, that's whatever.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, recreational drug use at your age, totally normal. At my age, not normal.
Oh yeah. Like if
That's
I was going out with someone like you and they're like, hey, you want to go to the bathroom and blow these rails? I'm like, fuck, no. I do not.
The 43-year-old mother of 2 doing cocaine.
Yeah.
No, that's not.
Although, you know what? I have never done that with a 40-year-old mother or 2, so I would say yes to that maybe the first time.
All right, no. Okay. Well, I'm excited for your dates, and I cannot wait to see how they go and to hear how they went. I'm just so excited, and I do hope that one of these works out for you. So.
Me too. I'm actually really excited to go on these.
Good.
I'll try and report back something nice.
So exciting. Okay.
Is there any info you want me to get from this?
What do you mean? For the viewers? For the listeners?
I don't know. Like, are there any questions you want me to ask on behalf? No, that's already... Because then I'd be doing it for you, right? I got to do it for me. I got to figure out what makes me like them.
Here's what I would say is like, from watching The Millionaire Matchmaker, and I think from watching all these dating shows that Tom and I do, like people put so much pressure on the first or second and third dates. Like, there's so much pressure. Like, is this the one? Are you the one? Are we going to get married? And it's a third date. Like, I think it's so important in a couple to just enjoy that person's company. So don't even focus on like, I'm going to find the red flags. I'm going to look for it. Just see if you vibe in their energy. I know that sounds
right.
The ooey or whatever.
No, yeah, and that's how I usually am. I'm almost never nervous for a first date. Like, I'm actually nervous now about making good content.
Oh, stop! Don't. No, it's gonna be good no matter what, because we're all gonna be rooting for you, and we want to see how it goes.
Okay, well, I hope it goes well, and I hope everyone enjoys.
Yeah,
enjoys this stuff.
They're gonna like how embarrassing it is.
Great,
so, you got it. Let's do some follow-ups. I am so excited. I've been hearing from you lately. She writes, this is Kate. Lately, I have been so enraged with my husband of 10 years. I'm having dreams of divorce. I'm a stay-at-home mom of a 10-year-old, 2 7-year-olds, and a 2-year-old. Oh, he works as an essential worker. Since that new title has been added to his job, he feels like a hero. So he's turned into, I work all day. I don't have to do my part at home. Oy vey. Yeah, she's not happy. I listened to your latest episode about milking your man to get the help you need around the house. I swear to every horny, I finally gave in and had shower sex. He literally asks every day, but I'm going too angry to want to bone. I think she's saying like this poor woman is so tired.
She's getting too angry.
She can't type anymore. She's got so many kids. I don't blame you. I'm not even kidding. I wasn't even dried off before he said, when I get done showering, I'll do a load of dishes. I smiled and said, thank you, Christina P, as I walked out of the bathroom. Kate from Idaho. See, I told you, Kate, I'm so happy to hear that my method is working for you. And that's the thing, is that we get resentful and we don't want to put out because we're like, I'm tired, I'm angry. But the fact is, they do chores when you put out. It's like so dumb, but it's true. Tom's a little cranky right now. I haven't put out in a few days, and I know tonight I'm going to have to milk him or tomorrow because I'm running out of time.
You're going to have to milk him?
Yeah. Do you think a woman wants to do it all? Like, at least me in my 40s, I'm like, I
That's
could
what
go.
they taught us in sex ed.
The what?
That women want it too.
Well, wow. Women who haven't had 2 children and women who don't have a 2 and a 4-year-old.
Right. Oh, I see. So it was women our age want it too.
Yeah. I mean, look, women in their 40s do too. I'm just saying that, like, it ebbs and it flows. Like, some weeks I'm like, nah, I'm too tired. These kids are fucking breaking my spirit. And then sometimes I'm like, yeah, dude, let's party, you know? Women are cyclical beings. It's not always the same. You guys are the same, right? Flat, flat, flat. Women, we go through ebb and flow. All right, we got a voicemail. Let's hear a follow-up voicemail. Who's this one?
Hey, my name's Charlie from Visalia, California. I was watching the last episode of Where Your Mom's At, and Christina said to buy the rabbit. Now, I used to work at a sex shop, and I want to tell you, the womanizer is where it's at. You need to get a womanizer. It literally feels like someone is sucking on you and will get you off in under a minute. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me on back. Bye.
Charlie is gnarly. I love her. This chick, let's look it up. What was it called? The Equalizer?
The Womanizer.
Jesus
Which I think
Christ.
is one of the best names ever.
The Womanizer. Isn't a womanizer somebody that hates women?
Yeah, it's someone that uses women.
Oh my God, it's on Amazon, you guys. The Womanizer is on Amazon.
Oh yeah, did that lady ever reach out for us to buy her a rabbit?
No, I'm so bummed. Well, anyways, ladies, good news.
Holy shit, this thing's expensive.
It's like $200. It is on Amazon, so you can buy it and it'll just show up in a regular Amazon box, which is good.
Yeah, that's the way you want it.
Oh, wait, here's
they have a $100 version. That's great. Ooh, and it's waterproof.
Okay.
Black edition. Great.
Why did you get excited about that?
I'm getting excited for the listeners that they have so many options, you know?
You're gonna have
Just look at this value, you know, $189, $99, you know, there's something for everybody here.
Oh my God.
Something for you and your mom.
There's a 2-tier price point. So there's a $100 one and a $200 one. It is on Amazon. I advise you to buy this using our banner. Go to yourmomshousepodcast.com. Click on the banner at the bottom of the homepage and just do your shopping as you normally would.
Oh, I see. So one's pro and one's premium. I see.
So I'll tell you, for the people just listening, put it this way. The rabbit is more for internal pleasures. This one looks like purely external. So there you go, if you want to break it down. And it's on it. There's so many things.
Oh, I think this one's for both holes.
Good Lord. That is varsity level stuff. It's so weird. The world is... You can buy this shit on Amazon. Like, I could buy toilet paper.
And if you didn't tell me what this was, I'd be like, oh, yeah, I think I've smoked weed out of one of these things before.
I know, right?
Womanizer to go. It just looks like a stick of lipstick.
Good night, Irene. Oh, it's for travel.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I didn't even know that. So there's a womanizer to go, and it looks like a lipstick, so you're not mortified when security
and
goes
this one's
through your
even
stuff.
cheaper.
This one's 50.
You can't afford not to get it.
You can't afford not to buy it.
As my mom would say.
Oh, man. Amazed. Well, thank you, Charlie, for giving us the heads up on
$75
on the $75 one on Amazon. The Womanizer Starlet 2. Who names these? Who's got the job of naming dildos?
Dudes for sure.
Right?
It's definitely dudes. Look, I know what'll get him off. It's fucking this thing. And you know what? We're gonna make it blue. It's gonna suck on this part and it's gonna go up in this place. They're gonna love this shit. And you know, Christina, it looks like they do.
I gotta tell you, I'm not personally thrilled by this. I'd be like, I'm a little terrified. There's a hole, and I'm like, what goes in there? How much of me is gonna get? I don't know. It's like
whatever could fit in there.
Yeah, my lady bits are a mess. I don't even know what to put in that thing. All right. Anyways, great follow-ups. Thank you, ladies. There you go. That's that. We by the way, for those of you who don't know what we're referring to, there was a girl who called up last week asking whether she should hook up with her drug addict ex-boyfriend, or is it like the abusive guy on Tinder? We were like, neither.
No. Yeah, it was either the abusive ex-boyfriend or just a new stranger on Tinder during this coronavirus outbreak, like in New York, I think.
Yeah. We're like, how about just go buy a friend on Amazon? Don't do any of those things, okay? Okay? All right. If you get a cough, go outside. I feel like I've done several mom fails during this quarantine. I've been losing my cool on those boys several times a day. I think it's just when you're together all the time. Like I literally, like today, Julian he thinks it's really funny to rip my hair and starts laughing, and he ripped out a chunk of hair. Just
what?
Dude, babies, no one tells you this.
Wait, from the base?
Bruh.
Like from the roots it came out?
Dude, I had a ponytail in and he fucking grabbed it and just rah! And he had just a paw full of my beautiful hairs. And I was like, motherfucker! I yelled fuck so loud. I was like, oh no, right in front of the kid. Yeah, little babies will scratch your face, scratch your eyes. I've had my gums scratched by my children with their nails.
Oh, that sucks.
They rip out your hair. They just love it. They think it's so funny.
Just fuck you up all
day.
They
fuck you up, dude. Like Ellis will just he can't sit still. Even when he's sitting on my lap, he's like, oh, I'm like, okay. If you are a contact lens wearer, it may be hard or even impossible for you to get more contact lenses from your eye care provider since many are closed. So don't worry about it. 1-800-CONTACTS has your brand in stock, ready to ship. 1-800-CONTACTS has been shipping contact lenses directly to people's homes for 25 years. They're experts in the industry and have 45 million contacts in stock and are shipping orders daily. How great is that? It couldn't be simpler. You order the same contacts you would get from your doctor. Just look on the side of your contacts box for your prescription details. You can order online, over the phone, or with their app, and they ship them fast and free to your home. You can even renew your prescription online using their express exam. There's award-winning 24/7 customer support if you ever need help or have any questions. Their best price guarantee means if you find your contacts cheaper somewhere else, they will beat it. Order online at 1-800-CONTACTS.com. Download their free app or call 1-800-CONTACTS. That's 1-800-266-8228. So, Mom Feels, here we go. 12-year-old made a cake, and there's a picture included. Hi, Jeans. During this COVID-19 quarantines, my hub and I celebrated our 16th wedding anniversary on April 3rd. Congratulations. Our fabulous 12-year-old daughter made us brownies with a special message. My husband read it, happy anal. Mom fail or dad win. No one will ever know, but everyone really won. We got brownies. Keeping the jeans super high and tight lately. Much love, Shannon. Yeah, it does look like it says.
Right, because they took anniversary and they broke it into 2 lines, but the top line looks like it says anal.
16th so happy anal. That's pretty amazing.
That's great. And it looks like they love the cake.
Yeah. Oh, they look really happy. I like these two a lot.
It looks like it was a good anniversary.
Yeah, that's really nice. We had Tom's birthday. We baked a cake and Ellis decorated it. It was really fun. Okay. Dog ate my home schoolwork. Here's another mom fail. My name is Lisa, and I'm a mom to 2 boys, and we are from Bloomington, Illinois. The experience of being put on a shelter-in-place order has been a whirlwind. I want to tell you about just one day and how crazy it can get for a mom like me. My boys are 7 and 9, and it was like any other day. Wake up, eat breakfast, shower, and of course, homework. I finally got the boys sitting down outside while the puppy runs crazy around the yard. My youngest is doing worksheets on the back deck table, and my oldest is reading a book on the trampoline. What they don't tell you is prepping homework and getting the kids to pretend they care about homeschool is half the battle. By the time I finally have all my ducks in a row, I'm already 2 cups of coffee in and haven't showered, eaten, or done anything remotely civilized. Bam! I'm finally sitting down, eyes closed, and my face filled with sunlight, relaxing. My youngest screams. It's over as quick as it began. The puppy is running top speed in circles around the yard with my son's homework in its mouth. I'm running, chasing him in sweats, no bra, and a messy bun, screaming, "You motherfucker, get back here." Meanwhile, the children are laughing hysterically, yelling, "The dog ate our homework." Never a dull moment, Lisa. Oh, God. No one tells you that. Puppies actually do eat paper. That did come from somewhere. Yeah, that seems to be my life, too, is like the minute you sit down and that's the thing about motherhood people don't talk about either, I feel like, is the constant cleaning and movement. Like I wake up at 6 in the morning and I don't stop moving until I put those babies down at 7. Whether it's like, I mean, you're always cleaning up dishes or you're making food for somebody or you're picking up water, goo, whatever, chasing somebody around, diarrhea. It's like nonstop. It's exhausting. But yeah, good one. What do we got? Mom fail, a video?
We sure do.
I
we
love
got
it.
a video from a mommy named Hannah.
Oh.
Trying to homeschool my older 2. And what did you do, Sydney, when I wasn't with you?
Yeah.
Oh, what'd you get?
Shit.
You found nail polish?
Yep.
Ooh. And what color did you decide to paint your toenails? Black. Oh, Christina.
There it goes.
It looks like she actually did a pretty good job.
She did. And the neat part about that is that that's on your tiles, which means it's absorbed into the tile. And now you're going to have to try to find a way to get the nail polish remover to not scrape off a layer of your tiling.
Sounds like you've been through this
Yeah,
before.
like 1,500 times. Every time I turn my back, the boys have about 3 minutes of good behavior, and then it's like, if it's quiet, I know some shit's going down. That there's the baby in the toilet, and Ellis is dumping out Clorox bleach on the floor.
God.
Yeah, they're fucking monsters.
What's the worst thing, or what's the hardest thing to clean off of tiles?
Definitely nail polish. If you
So they've gotten into that before?
you have to get it when it's immediately wet, like right when it drops, you gotta sloop. Otherwise, if it dries, now you're fucked, because that remover is the acetone is so strong that it will take off a layer of like your porcelain or your whatever. That's a bad one. Lipstick is terrible. See this beautiful shade of red I wear? Ellis got a hold of it when he was 2.5, and on the white wall, I just walk and he had like, and it's a deep red. It's like it meant to last for hours. I had to bleach the walls. I was 5 months pregnant. Yeah, it was really gnarly. That was a bad one. We've had cars down the toilet, which just is expensive to get the plumber to come.
I think boys will definitely fuck your shit apart. I mean, I remember when I was growing up, like I fucked up my parents' house so hard. Like they're like, "Hey Nadav, you know you're a big boy now. You're going in I don't know what I was going into, maybe 1st grade, 2nd grade or something." And they gave me one of those like tricolor pens that you could like change the ink of it.
Yeah, those are great.
Yeah, immediately started playing tic-tac-toe when I was taking a shit like on the walls. I was playing tic-tac-toe, and then they're like, Nadav, who played tic-tac-toe on the wall? And I was like, I don't know.
I don't know.
And then let's see, when I was 11, they gave me a Swiss Army knife. Immediately started stabbing the couch like in the family room. And they're like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, I guess I can't be trusted with a knife. And that was my answer. And then they took the knife away and they gave it back to me on my bar mitzvah. When I was a man.
I wouldn't give my kid a knife. It's probably not a good toy. One time,
I do not recommend.
The kids took like an ink pen, like one of these, and just drew, like really colored in a beige like cloth. What are they called? Like at the end of a bed, you have like a bench. A bench. No, it was cloth. Like a beige. Yeah, whatever. And literally colored. It's at the end of the bed. Whatever piece of furniture you put there. Yeah, one of these things. See the
Darius?
I don't know
upholstered bullshit.
I don't know what this white people stuff is that people have. It's whatever white person. Birch Lane, that second to left there. See that thing? That's what it is. And
storage bench.
Some shit like that. Yeah. And Ellis took a pen like this and colored in every millimeter of the top of that thing. And I had to buy those pads, those miracle pads I was telling you about.
Whoa, you tried to fix it?
I did fix it.
I would have just been like, page 1 rewrite, get a new upholstered bench and get a new kid while we're at it.
I know. I know. Throw this one in the river, man. I know. Fuck. They fuck up everything. I mean, and now Julian's at the phase where he just throws stuff on the floor and laughs, like just so evil. Like if I just give him a box of like raw noodles, it's just dumps it.
Now, can you figure out what part of it is making him laugh? Is it you getting upset or him like the sound and like what happens?
All
when
of
he
it.
throws? Oh.
All of it. And then he knows he gets
chaos.
And he gets a good reaction, and they love to see you get upset. It's a whole thing. I can't, but could you even imagine our parents, how they must have reacted? Like, my parents probably would have just been like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, yelling at me.
No, yeah, honestly, I'm shocked I didn't get beat as a kid.
I know.
Because I deserved it for sure.
Well, that's the thing. I think it's a normal developmental thing. Like, I don't think you're supposed to get beaten at 2.
No?
No. That's normal. They're supposed to piss you off. That's their role.
I feel like we could all agree some 2-year-olds probably deserve it. Right?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't know.
There's not a single 2-year-old in the world that deserves to get a beating?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
Don't hit 2-year-olds. They're so little. Who the fuck is hitting a 2-year-old? God, you need so much therapy.
No, that's all a joke. I don't hit 2-year-olds.
Oh my God. Okay, so we did that mom fail. Let's do what would Christina P do? And where's my music? Don't you have my lead-ins or whatever the fuck those are called? You know, what would Christina P do?
Oh yeah, those aren't. Hold on one second.
Let's do those. Those were fun.
Sorry, it feels like it's been so long since we've done these that it's like, oh, I'm not used to like prepping the show, you know?
I know, Jeans.
You got mom questions? CP's got mom answers. What would Christina P do?
Okay, this one says, oh geez, hi mommy, I'm wearing my postpartum jeans high and tight. I'm a new mom with a 2-month-old baby girl. Congratulations. She's awesome and perfectly healthy. However, we're raising her in a global pandemic. How do I learn to cut myself some slack about not doing everything perfectly as a mom during a time like this? AKA when I want to have a drink and not pump on account of the world ending. Wait, she wants to have a drink and not pump. I don't know. Any advice on how to let go of the anger I have at the timing of said pandemic? Can't help but be mad that my maternity leave and bonding time with my kid got totally robbed, even though I know I should feel nothing but grateful that her and my whole family are healthy. Thanks, Jean. Kathleen. Oh, Kathleen, I know. I'm sorry that you had to have a baby in the middle of the most bizarre time in our lives, frankly. But here's the good news. I don't really think the first 3 months of your life with a newborn are that dissimilar from the shelter-in-place order, meaning like... You, at least I do, I just hole up and the days and nights blend, and all I did with my babies was just stay inside, really, because I don't know, I think of it as a blessing in the skies because here's what you should think. Yeah, let's think of this as a blessing. I'm going to flip the script on you, Kathleen. Because of this quarantine, you're not going to have people visiting you and the newborn all day and night. Can I come over? Can I see the baby? Because you know what they do? They bring germs, not just COVID. I'm saying if this were normal circumstances, old grandma and grandpa want to come over, and what do people do? They touch your fucking newborn's hands, which makes me crazy when I see people touching little infant hands, because what do infants do? They put those hands right in their mouths. And then the baby would have caught a bunch of sicknesses the first 3 months of their life, which is you don't want. You don't want anywhere. The Chinese, by the way, don't take their infants out until 90 days are up, the first 90 days. And the mother, too. You just stay inside. So culturally, what are you going to do? You're not going to fucking go out anyways with your 2-month-old. So it's okay. Life isn't that different. You cut down on the visitors, which are exhausting after you've had a child. You don't really want a ton of people coming in and out, bothering you when you're trying to breastfeed and pump and blah, 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 blah. But it says here, how do I learn to cut myself some slack about not doing everything perfectly as a mom during a time like this? AKA when I want to have a drink and not pump on account of the world ending. I see what you're saying. When you want to have a drink. Okay, well, here's the deal. I have a feeling you may have felt this mom guilt whether or not there was a pandemic going on. It's called being a new mother and figuring shit out. And guess what? They're not going to remember whether or not you breastfed them at all, frankly. Nadav, were you breastfed?
I'm not sure.
See? And Nadav is a vision of physical and emotional health and stability. I myself was not breastfed very long. I think my mom tapped out very soon. I think in the 70s, they told women to use formula. So just know that the whole breastfeeding thing is really what's in fashion and what's not. Meaning in the 1950s and in the 70s, they told women not to breastfeed and to use formula, that it was better. It is only now in the cult of the natural that we are in, that women are mandated to breastfeed. And if you're not doing it, for some reason you're a deficient mother, and you should be doing it for, the first year at least, purely breastfeeding, which to me sounds like a really long time, considering that little fucker has teeth about 6 months in. And by the end of that year is already eating solid food. So come on, really? Have a drink. Have a drink. Here's what you're going to do. Google alcohol breast milk strips. So for all the moms listening and you're breastfeeding and you're like, oh my God, I wish I could have a drink. You can. Not every night, not all the time. There are these wonderful breast milk strips. Here's Milk Screen. It's called Milk Screen. Get that on your Amazon and test your milk to make sure that it's free of alcohol before you resume breastfeeding.
So you're not, so you're not supposed to be drinking any type of booze right before you breastfeed?
No, because it passes through into the milk is the thinking.
How long do you normally have to wait?
So if you feel tipsy is now again, I'm not a physician.
Just don't be hammered when you breastfeed and you'll be all right?
I would even go farther than that. Personally, I never drank and simultaneously breastfed. I've seen friends do it. I had friends come over. I had a girlfriend one time breastfeed her daughter as she was drinking wine. And hey, ask your doctor. Call your OB and ask the doctor. Don't take comedian's word for it. But these strips will tell you if there's still alcohol in your breast milk, at which point, don't give it to your kid. So there you go.
Cool mom.
There you go.
Not like a regular mom. I'm a cool mom.
Yeah, and I use these a few times. You gotta drink to get over the first 3 months after having a baby. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's a lot of pressure to be a mom, especially a new mother. But know that I got to tell you, number one, no one told me this, and I really wish somebody had told me this. By the time that kid hits 4, it is easy street compared to the first. At least for me, the first 3 years are really hard. The first year is the worst, and then it just gets easier and easier. And by 4, they're humans. They understand shit. You can plunk them down. They can watch a movie, and you can chill. They can chill. It gets a lot easier, so hang in there. Okay, now, most important question up next. They ask me, how should fans interact with you in public? How would you prefer your fans act if they see you in person? I've heard you and your husband comment many times on how creepy and weird people get when they meet you. What is your list of do's and don'ts so I can hopefully avoid making an ass of myself should I ever get the opportunity to meet you, Jeff? Very important question. I would say that my husband, Tom, is antisocial. So I don't share the same policy that he does. I actually enjoy meeting fans. I do. Don't laugh. I really do.
No, I know you do. You're the personality champ.
Fucking yes, I do. And here's what I like. Here's what I love when people do to us. And by the way, like, here's what I love. One time I was in the pharmacy and I was standing in line getting my prescription filled, and there was a guy putting away like Cokes in like the Coke machine right next to me. Mm-hmm. And he had his earbuds in and he just goes, "Oh, Mommy, I'm listening to you right now." Like he screams it across the pharmacy. And I was like, oh, that was so great. Like that's such a fun.
Right. You like that.
That was fun because I was like, oh, how special for you. Like this is cool. Because like if I were listening to Howard Stern in my ears and I fucking ran into like my person that I like, I think that was a pretty neat day.
Yeah.
I'm into that. I'm a fan of people. So I appreciate, being nice to people.
Right.
But
Tom would not respond well to that.
Tom would be like, what's up, weirdo? Yeah, like he's a little more, no, he's nice, but I enjoy it. And you know what I really enjoy? One time, Tom and I were walking through our neighborhood and some guy was like, faggot retard. And I was like, no, you're supposed to say FGT. Like,
I don't know, you said that's not what that means.
Yeah, I was like, it's for girls that ride till death, bro. What are you doing? Duh. I have had people be like, hey, Hitler. And I think that's really funny. Or just somebody will scream like, Mommy, across a mall. And I'll be like, that's rad. Because it's stupid. I like silly. But if I'm with my kids, I don't really want you to talk to me. Because I'm with my kids. But otherwise, I'm very nice.
That's the general rule. You're always approachable as long as you're not in mom mode.
Yeah, if I'm with my children, because then I have to explain why like someone wants to take a picture of and why they were talking about diarrheas and stuff.
Right. But I think that's a pretty good general rule. Like if you're a fan of someone and you see that they're with their family, kind of maybe don't fanboy or fangirl so hard.
Yeah, like if I saw Howard Stern with his wife or kids, I'd be like, oh, that's not a good time. But I take pictures of people. I mean, when I was out in public, I would, like in airports and stuff. That's fine. I like that. I don't care. I look like shit most of the time I'm in public, though. Just a little FYI. Okay, that one's too serious. I don't want to answer that. Oh, this one's interesting. Okay, here we go. What advice would you give a mom who is single and wants to find the right guy but is afraid to date anyone? She fears any dude who hits on her is just trying to toss it in but doesn't care about her kid. She flirts with me on the phone and like sends me cool pictures, LOL. Okay, I think you mean dirty nudies. So anyways, what should I say to get a date with a mom afraid to get hurt again? Thanks, dude. Piss on me, beat me, John. Fuck. Have you guys ever dated a single mom in the booth?
I have not.
Chris? No way.
No.
Definitely not Zolo. Zolo is a baby. Mm. So you're saying how to win...
Has. But I mean...
Potter, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like Annie probably has too. But,
yeah.
Hold on. So the question is, how do you ask this girl out?
Yeah. How do you get...
And she's sending you nudes?
Yeah. She fears any dude who hits on her is just trying to toss it in, but doesn't care about her kid.
Well, if she's sending you stuff, then she wants to do something with you.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, no one's just sending no one's sending plutonic nudes.
What kind?
Plutonic?
Yeah, platonic.
What did I say?
Plutonic, like Pluto, the former planet.
Whoops.
It's okay.
Platonic.
Yeah, platonic. Yeah.
Yeah, no one's sending tectonic nudes.
Tectonic nudes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so if
sh-
she's sending you nudes, I think she's saying make a move.
Yeah, right?
Right?
But it says she's afraid to date somebody. She fears me due to his order. Bitch, she wants you. I agree. He
sounds like he's projecting a bit.
Yeah, I think so too, huh? Just fucking, well, you can't invite her out right now, but when all this is over, just treat her like a lady. Look, I honestly don't understand this hookup culture. I don't get it. I don't understand people just fuck each other and treat each other like garbage. Just be nice to each other. You can't buy a lady a dinner. You know what I'm saying? You can't throw it in and be nice to her. Look, what is this in hookup culture that you can't be civilized to the person that you're ejaculating with? It doesn't make sense. Why can't you be nice to the hookup girl?
Right.
No, I'm being serious, Nadav. Like, do you...
Hold on, now you're projecting a bit.
No, why? No, I'm just saying, because I don't understand the culture of, like,
I mean, I don't do that.
I don't say you do.
Like, I in all honesty, I never understood it either. Like, I tried being, like, I'm kind of like a serial, like, if I'm with someone that I like, it's very weird for me to even, like, entertain going out on a date with someone else, even if we haven't had the exclusivity talk.
Yeah.
Like, it's always weird to me because then it's like, I feel like I'm fooling around on the side over here. It feels weird.
Yeah, it feels dirty, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, so I've never really understood it.
I think that's why I could never, like, just purely hook up with somebody and not, like them. I'm like, oh, you're so mean. So mean. I'm too insecure. Whatever. Anyway.
No, I get that.
Let's do a voicemail.
Yeah, we got some voicemails.
Yeah, Brew.
Okay, here's the first one.
Oh, my gosh.
Hey, Hitler. This is a what would Christina P do question. But I have my other 2-year-old son, and for every single doctor's appointment, I have been the one that has taken him, has done the appointments and scheduled them and all that. And in December, I told my spouse that it was his turn to just make an appointment and take our son. And now it's March, and he still hasn't done it. So I'm just wondering, and my son's birthday was in February. So, do you just cave and do it yourself, or do you ask the dad to take the son in? What would you do? Thanks. Bye.
Girl, I feel like that's every married woman or every woman's thing with their spouse. At least in my family, it's the same fucking way. I just feel like look, here's my thoughts on it, and it's not PC and it's not perfect, and maybe Nadav will have a better, more balanced take, or maybe Chris, but look, man, I went into parenthood thinking that Tom and I would do shit equal too. Because, like, we're good business partners, my husband and I. We're good partners in life. And then we had children. And it's like, I just think it's mom's superpower. Here's the deal. It's mom. It is a mom who knows the mental load. Isn't that what they call it in feminism? There's a mental load that women carry, right? Like, we just know when the appointments are. We know when to schedule stuff. We know when to pick them up. We know how to schedule, childcare, lessons, whatever it is. It's, at least in my world, I just take reign over it, and I do it because I know that my husband deals with other shit that I don't want to deal with. He deals with the exterior. I do the interior. Now, if you truly want to have more of an equal thing with your partner, how do we even do that? Because I don't know what the rest of your setup is. You know what I mean? Because it might be that he takes care of the exterior world and you're taking care of the interior. I don't know. If you want it to be more equal, my suggestion then would be to sit down and then maybe ask him, be like, oh, hey, I noticed our kid turned 2. Isn't it time for the... right? Isn't it time for vaccinations? And, hey, has he gone in for that yet? Or, hey, gee, aren't we supposed to do that thing? Like, I would bring it up casual, like I wonder. It's what my therapist does when she knows what's wrong with me, but she doesn't want to come out and say it. What therapists do, whenever they use the phrase, I wonder, it means whatever I say after I wonder is your diagnosis, is what's wrong with you. So I would do it that. I wonder. Little Danny is 2. I wonder if he needs to go visit the doctor. What do you think? And then he might go, oh yeah, I got it. See, that's the thing. I've learned with my husband is that, yes, I could put the onus on him to do the things that I normally do. I could, but then I'd have to do double work because then I'd have to check his work, right? It's like when you have an employee that you end up double managing, right? You're like, well, I hired this person to do this thing, but now I got to go check their work every 5 minutes. So it becomes moot to even handle the manager to do the thing, which is why a lot of women like myself end up taking the mental load. So am I doing it right? Probably not. There's probably a better way to do shit. But if it's between reminding my husband and nagging my husband to keep the appointments for the kids and knowing the blowback I'm going to get for the nagging, oh shit. I pick and choose my battles is what I'm trying to say. There's stuff that I nag about and there's stuff that I'm just resigned to taking care of. And luckily I have a stellar pediatrician. I have a great relationship with her. And you got to pick your battles in a marriage, especially when the kids show up. What are you willing to do? Who gets up in the middle of the night when the baby cries? That's a decision that is unspoken. And do you know what I'm saying? You guys decide in your marriage who's going to do what. Who changes the diapers? Who's going to get up in the middle of the night? Who cleans up vomit? Who cleans up diarrhea? Who wipes asses? It's all a division of labor that needs to be sorted out in a marriage. And it is sticky and gray areas, all landmines. Yeah. It's really personal. Yeah, go ahead.
I kind of really like the analogy that you made here.
Which one's that?
With an employee. You kind of made it like a work, like you can't manage, like if
Right.
you're micromanaging, then managing
What's
is
the
kind of the
point?
job already. So I think if you kind of, and this is coming from absolutely zero experience of being a parent with someone.
Yeah.
But, if you treat them kind of like an unfireable employee, you're like, okay, this person fucks up a lot. What don't they fuck up a lot?
Right.
And then you see what their
Good.
strengths are.
Right.
And you see what you hate doing and where there's a lot of crossover between what you hate doing and what they're good at.
100%.
And then it's just like, oh, okay, well, you're really good at playing with the kid in the park. Guess what? You're doing that 3 times a week now.
There you go, Nadav.
you
That's
go.
it. Perfect. See? Good. Smart. You're smart. This is what I'm talking about. Do you hear that, lady? This is what I'm talking about. If your husband is good at the playing with the kid, throwing balls, whatever it is, let him do that. Does he take out the trash? Great. Enforce that rule. I never touch garbage in my house. That is a man's job. That is Tom's job. I don't fuck with the cars. That's Tom's domain. You hear me? You pick and choose your battles. Oh gosh. Okay. Let's do one more. A voicemail, por favor.
Hey, Mommy. I just have a few questions for you about long-term relationships at a young age. I'm about to hit a year with this guy I was with, and I really like him. And I want to know your opinion on tips for maintaining a long-term relationship, and if knowing if it's worth, doing at a young age. I'm about to turn 19, and he's also 19. We both work full-time jobs, but I don't know. It's a little stifled right now due to the coronavirus. And I just wonder if you have any tips for me. Keep it high and tight. Love you, Mommy. Bye.
So she's just asking if she should have a long-term relationship at 19. Is that the question?
Yeah, that's what I understood.
Yeah. Listen, I think there's, I've always advocated trying to date around before you and get married late. That's because that was my path. It doesn't mean it's yours. I know people that met at 15 and are together, still in their 40s, my age. So, so you could be that person that finds their wonderful partner at 19, and that could be it for you. I know a lot of people that did that. So yeah, absolutely. By the way, I advocate getting into long-term relationships because you're going to learn the most in that period of your time. You're going to learn what you like, what you don't like, who you are, what you will and won't tolerate. Let's say you do split up with this guy, and then you're going to go find the guy that you do marry. Now you're going to have all this great, messy, sticky experiences, which is so lacking in this generation of the app dating. It's a bummer to me that people swipe on somebody and you don't give that person a chance. You don't know. That could be a bad photo. Maybe they're dopes when it comes to their profile and you could have missed out on a great person, you know? So yeah, get into it. Get sticky and messy. Now, the only caveat being, you know that saying, boys have hobbies, girls have their boyfriends. That means that sometimes girls, when they're into boys, get into boys and lose vision of their own stuff. I would just say don't let this relationship hinder any goals you might have. Do you want to go to college? Great, go to college. See if you guys can keep a relationship going. Don't let it hinder who you are going to become. Let it enhance. I think your partner should enhance who you are, not detract. So if he's the kind of guy that's like, I don't want you to go to college, I want you to stay here. No. I had a guy, I remember I was going to study at Oxford, and it was like my study abroad year, junior year. And I met this guy, then I was working at Starbucks. And that's the one with the rocket from the Crypt tattoo, and he could get into shows for free. And he was kind of a loser, but it was a fun summer, and it was a messy, sticky, fun, gray relationship that it was fun. Anyway, any hoodles. He goes, don't go to Oxford. I want you to stay here. We're going to get married. You drop out of college, because he didn't go to college. He lived at home with his parents, whatever. And I was like, well, you're out of your mind. Like, you are out of your mind that I would not go to Oxford, like, for a boyfriend. Get the but I remember thinking, like, wow, if I were the kind of girl who could have been swayed by love, because, whatever, you're in it, and I get it, that would have been terrible to give up an opportunity because of a boy. So, and just know you're prone to that at that age. And don't get knocked up until you're ready.
That's really good advice, Mommy.
Use birth control, right? Always use birth control. Don't rely on condoms either.
Hell yeah.
That shit don't work. Use the birth control pill and take it every day. All right, one more.
Okay, one more right here.
I'm so preachy today.
Hey, mommies. Just calling in. This is Gene from California. I was just wondering if I get some advice or maybe just an opinion on something. I have two young children, 8 and 2 respectively. And, as they're both boys, and as boys go, they're just wild animals. They like to jump around. They're, those poster boy, stereotypical boys. My question is, I was raised very old school and, spanking or whatever not. And then I ended up working in a field where I was working with a lot of at-risk youth and such, and noticed the trend that a lot of them were being spanked, maybe not to, my extent where it was more mild, theirs was more severe, and I can see what spankings, amongst other factors, can do to a child. But then I also see parents that are extremely loose with their kids and get kind of ran over by their kids. So I'm asking, Christina, and maybe any guest she has, what is your stance on modern day parenting? Do you tend to look to maybe your childhood a little bit? What do you do? What do you not do? Thanks,
Gotcha.
Mom.
Okay.
Hindsight.
That's such a great question, and I would love to have somebody on. We will find somebody on who can talk about disciplining children, because I think that's a huge. I agree. Like, I grew up with hardcore, Hungarian stuff. Like, yeah, spanking, cursing, kicking me out of the house, like nuttiness. So I too struggle with finding the middle ground. So here's what my initial thoughts are, and what I do in our house is like, I don't think you need to hit a kid to get through to them. I think that, imagine think of it this way. You're a little kid, you're tiny compared to your dad. Well, your kids are older, but you're 4, you're 5, you're whatever. And your dad is all powerful, almighty, and you trust your mommy and your daddy to protect and love you. But every now and then, that hand that hugs you beats the shit out of you or just spanks you. I think it's very confusing, personally. Like, if my husband, who I loved, every now and then just hit me when I did something wrong, I would be like, wait, what? Do you love me or not? And I think that's the mixed messaging involved in spanking, and why it makes kids angry, because I think it's a shame. It induces so much shame in somebody, like, to get hit. It's very shameful, and it's confusing, And I think you ultimately lose trust with your kids when you do it. Personally, I'm not a spanker. So I think consequences, at least it's worked in my house, are way more useful if you do this behavior, X happens. Meaning, so for instance, my son is really big into his Buzz Lightyear toy. If I see you hitting the bushes one more time, that's what kids do, right? I'm going to rip every flower off the bush. If I see you hit the dog again, if I see you hit your brother again, or if I see you do it, this is the rule, I'm going to take away Buzz Lightyear for, a day or whatever it is. That is enough to instill terror into a 4-year-old to not have their toy. I think timeouts are okay. I'm not seeing a big return on those. I think those just make my kids spiral. I do them from time to time too. But I also do a timeout. I don't believe in isolating a kid away from everybody, because what's their greatest fear is to be isolated and left from the tribe. So I make sure the timeout is within eye shot of us, so they're not completely ostracized and shamed that way. I think disciplining and separating the behavior from the kid is really important. For instance, we were having issues with the children just sitting and eating quietly. I'm sure as all parents do. Instead of saying you're being bad right now, say, that's not a good behavior, buddy. I'm not liking this bad behavior. So you separate the person from what the person is doing. And I found that to be really effective. And pointing out the good behavior that's happening. Oh, I see that Julian is sitting nicely and eating. What great behavior. What great behavior. I have great gentlemen. And I also refer to them as gentlemen. And you put the bar where they can exist, right? Isn't that always the case? When you work for somebody, you work with anybody, if they believe in you and they know you can do it and you just rise to that occasion, it feels a lot better than fearing, oh God, penalties coming. That sucks too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Who the fuck wants to be under the threat of oh God, I'm going to get beaten or shamed?
Yeah, everyone always has the thought, ooh, I can't wait to get negatively reinforced to not do this again.
No. And I don't bribe. I don't believe in I do bribe my kids sometimes. If I'm watching a movie with Ellis, I'll be like, dude, if you let me sleep through this movie, I'll give you a treat after. Just so I can take a nap during this quarantine.
Does that work?
100% it works.
Whoa.
Yeah, I give them ice cream after the movie's over, and I took a nap. But I won't never do it for real stuff, not for disciplining. No.
That's wild that works. Nothing's broken when you wake up?
No, dude. He'll chill at 4.
He knows what's at stake.
Yeah, dude. And but he likes the show he's watching. He's watching his Toy Story movie or Peter Pan or whatever. He'll chill fuck out and he'll let me sleep. He won't wake me up every 5 seconds. Yeah, dude.
It's a pretty good method.
Yeah, don't hit your kids. I mean, you can see what happened to the generations before that have been hit. It fucking does not work at all. All right, let's close on some mom hacks. I love mom hacks. All right, let's get this is a good one. Dry erase markers. Hi, moms. I have 4 kids, all under 6 years old. Drawing on walls is big at my house. I have learned to only give my kids dry erase markers. It gets off everything. That is a good one. Dry erase. Okay, so I have a couple of mom hacks actually to share with you. Number 1, I've decided to have, because my younger baby now is refusing to sit in his high chair and just eat without a total shit fit panic, and now is taking his plate of food and just tossing it on the floor. So what I do to get him to eat what I want him to eat is I put it in a plate, like a regular grown-up plate, and I sit down as though I'm going to eat it, and then he immediately is like, I want some of that, and then he'll come sit on my lap, and then he'll take the utensil, fork, or whatever I'm using, and just start eating my plate of food, and then I'll get a second fork, and then I'll eat at the same time. So that way we both get fed. So that's my new thing I do.
Smart.
Yeah, smart.
Oh, so you're putting his meal and your meal on the same plate?
Yeah, I'll sprinkle in toddler food with whatever it is I'm eating, and then he'll eat it, and he'll get he thinks he's getting one over on me, which is
hell
rad.
yeah, dude.
Yeah, stupid kid. Also, I had a real problem with bath time. I bathe both my kids at the same time, and splashing. They will take cups like this, containers, and then they'll transfer water between the 2 containers and then just splash everywhere. So I Googled Bathtub Caddy, and I bought this on Amazon. If you can see this, I'm putting it up on the screen. It's $12.99. I put it in the middle of the tub and between the two boys, and then they can have at it. They can take their containers and their toys and spill and make as much water mess as they want, and it doesn't go over the edge of the tub and make my life a living hell. So there you go. There's my personal mom hack. It's called Kidco Bath Toy Organizer Storage Basket. White. There you go.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's so much better than them just splashing everywhere. So, Nadav, I'm very excited about your 3 Zoom dates coming up.
Yeah, me too. I thank you for picking some good ones for me.
These chicks, all of them were good ones.
Yeah,
By the
I'm
way,
really excited.
All the women that wrote in, again, thank you so much. You guys were all amazing. Really, a lot of this boiled down to location more than anything. But I'm excited to see how they go. Guys, email me, voicemail me. WhereMyMomsAt at gmail.com. Leave me a voicemail, 213-375-5184. And
then also,
yes, Mommy.
When we do live call-in shows, follow Christina on Instagram because that's where the announcement's going to go.
At the Christina P. And that's where I make the announcement. Like, hey, we're going live now. And I'll give you the number. So maybe next week we'll take calls, yeah?
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I want to hear all about your dates next week. It'll be an epic episode. Tune in. Guys, quarantine. Until next week, stay cool, moms. Just hang in there. I swear, I feel like it's almost over. I feel like May, things are going to change a lot. What do you think?
Yeah,
Dr. Fauci.
It feels it feels like the climate's changing a bit.
Yeah, right.
Where like at first everyone was scared for like the first full month.
Yeah.
And now I think people are starting to be like, well, maybe we're overreacting a bit.
Yeah, and I sense that there's a lot more traffic on the street. There's a lot more people. Yeah. People are like,
less
okay.
afraid people now.
Yeah. Everybody's like, we're done. Okay, we're done. Dr. Fauci. Okay, so until next time, stay cool, moms. Bye.
Where my mom's at. Where my mom's wearing thongs, hitting bongs at. Raising kids, cleaning shits, need a long nap. Where my mom's at.
Where My Mom's At podcast with Christina P.